Today I want to talk with you about becoming a cross-niche guest blogger. And there are several great benefits to being a guest blogger for various arenas that can open up many doors for you to expand in other areas. And this is a perfect way to cross-brand your journalism agenda. Also, making a career out of guest blogging allows you to formulate your blogging efforts into a business focus and positions yourself to be booked to blog just like a high-level speaker. And so I want to share with you 5 key considerations for becoming a cross-niche guest blogger. And number 1 is that you're going to need to be clear. Get clear about the industries that you want to blog for. This is very, very important. Clarity is key. You need to be clear about the industries that you want to blog for. And number 2, what are your primary areas of expertise or passions that you want to share on other platforms? Again, that goes back to number 1 about being clear about the industries that you want to blog for, and then tying in number 2, you have to know your primary areas of expertise or the passions that you want to share on these various blogging platforms. And number 3 is how often do you want to guest blog? Do you want to be a regular contributor or just maybe a one-time guest on several platforms? Again, you have to be extremely clear about what it is that you want from this blogging experience. And this leads right into number 4. Number 4 is, what are your goals? What are your goals as it relates to why you want to be a guest blogger or be a guest blogger for various industries? Examples, do you want more exposure? Is this for income? Are you trying to develop connections or joint ventures? You have to be very clear about what your overall chief aim is going to be as it relates to this blogging agenda. And then number 5, you have to do your research. You have to do your research. And then after you do your research, then you reach out to the potential platforms that you feel are going to be in most alignment for what it is that you're trying to accomplish, and make sure that you create a win-win for yourself and for that particular platform. So if you have several industries that you want to be a guest blogger for, I would recommend starting with maybe 2 if you want to become a regular contributor. Now, once you get your overall feel of the process, then you can start blogging more as a contributor for other platforms. And if you're wanting to make guest blogging a career, then I would recommend having maybe only one primary blog site for your own that you need to be very consistent on, so that you can focus your efforts on being a regular contributor on several other blogs. You would be doing this almost like being a contributor to a magazine that you would be writing for. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have more than one blog to manage if you currently have more than one blog right now. You know, there are several ways that you can leverage your time and your effectiveness by pre-writing and scheduling your blog posts. So if you find that you can be consistent and have some system management, you can still maintain 1 blog, 2 blogs, 3 blogs, however many blogs that you currently have, if you know how to systematize correctly to be consistent. Now, if you're new to this experience or you haven't been consistent with your current blog, then you want to consider focusing more on getting guest blogging opportunities that can lead into your website to give you exposure to your products and your services and not just your blog. And I will share that early on, I had several blogs that I was hosting for different industries, but I found it to be more leveraging to be a guest blogger instead of advertising my blog emporium, which contained about a dozen or more blogs on it. You know, now in addition to my primary blogs that I use my other blogs as blog tour platforms where I host a content tour, you know, as an event for that particular industry whenever I want to. This way, I can focus more on guest blogging for different industries through cross-pollinating my expertise and my passions to make an income and an impact. So I want to quickly recap for you the 5 key considerations for becoming a cross-niche guest blogger. Number 1, we're going to get clear. You're going to get very clear about the industries that you want to blog for. And number 2, again, discover what are your primary areas of expertise or passions that you want to share on these other platforms. And number 3, how often do you want to guest blog? Again, think about if you're going to be a regular contributor, you want to make this a career, or you just want to guest blog one time or every once in a while on several different platforms. And once you know all of these, then number 4, you're going to establish your goals. That way you can begin to set up a plan. So you establish your goals by thinking about, why am I doing this? What is my big why for being a guest blogger? Again, going back to whether it's exposure, whether it's income, the connections that you want to make, just make sure that you're very clear about your goals so that you can create an implementation strategy process for yourself that's going to be most effective. And number 5 was about doing your research to make sure that you have the proper alignment for being a guest blogger or cross-niche blogger for the various industries. And then once you do your research, then you begin to reach out to these different platforms and see if potentially it's a great fit for you and for them, for you to serve them, and for you to make an income and an impact to their audience.